Hey guys, guess what I did? I got braids and they look hair look good, skin look good.
Well, here's a story about my dad.
First of all,
You're my best friend.
first of all,
But you can't be because you're my cousin.
I know I'm your sister.
Yes, you're right. You asked for mascara, right?
So why do you bring me this whole?
I knew you were going to say that. I was saying in my head, watch, she's going to say some dumb shit about why I'm bringing this whole bag.
Well, you know we can't do an episode without mascara. This is making
My
us
eyelash
friends,
still growing.
after all.
After I burnt my whole eyelash off.
How did you do that?
On the grill.
Oh. You know, you can't be a grill master and have
I don't even
eyelashes.
want to talk about it. I am a grill master. That's why I didn't want to talk about it.
Well, that's why you don't have no eyelashes.
You know, we all can't do the same things all the time, you know? I had to try something new. Burnt my eyelash off.
I don't know if I should call my mom back. Should I call her back?
She going?
Yeah, she
Oh,
hung
that's right.
up.
Yeah, and then, well,
I feel like I look so young. Like, we look like kids. You know, all kids do this. Well, don't look at my nails. I need my nails on Renee. I need you. I need you to do me a favor. Can you pause that show?
Okay.
Because they're
I gotta do
talking.
this gummy bear.
Right after this gummy bear. 3, 2, 1. And she helped her child. I would like to help myself to a gummy bear too. Where are they?
I really just don't like that lady. First of all,
What's her name?
but I don't like her. And I be trying to like her, but I don't like her.
She's a reporter, right?
Yeah, so I guess, I don't know. It's the talk show host.
Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just building the mascara. That's important when you want, like, this is like the false lash effects. So when you want these, like, if they have like these fibers in here, you just have to take your time and build your eyelashes. Did you know that?
Okay, so let me tell you
Did
something.
I ever tell you that?
Let me tell you something. You don't tell me shit. All you do is come here and ask me, what new shit do I have that you can steal?
Well, that's true. So what new stuff can I steal?
Well,
Nothing?
nothing.
Oh,
Did I ever let you smell that perfume?
no. Where is
Thank
it?
the Lord.
Can I
I
smell
don't know
it?
where it is.
Yes, you do. Don't lie.
Let this be, our viewers be my witness. Y'all, I don't know. Oh my God, let me tell y'all about how, all right, so y'all know last episode I became Janet.
And now I'm Janet too. I'm Janet.
Yo.
I'm Janet.
So me and Candace P, we experimenting with these these synthetic hairs because like, I don't know if other people. Okay, so I know that the black population we're like probably 95% of the people that purchase synthetic hair, and I had never had any type of fake hair in my head, until I was 35 years old. I'll be 37 this year. So that just goes to show how long it took for me to figure this out. So when I put it in my hair, no one cares about your lashes. Actually, they do look really good though.
Can you see?
And I never can get like the bottom lash.
Me either.
I always feel like I'm like,
Because you got to look down. You always got to make ugly faces.
no, I'm not. I refuse. I'll be like this.
Look down. Stretch your arm.
I don't
Let your
wanna do
mouth
that.
go like that.
I don't want to. I'm conscious about it. Like when I look in the mirror, I'll be like, you better not make that ugly face. Even when I put on my eyeliner, I'll be like this.
You have to.
No, I put on my eyeliner with a straight face.
I don't think you're a serial killer.
Y'all, I'm a serial killer. Why he asked me, why he said to me one day, Mommy, can I say that I'm a serial killer?
Oh.
If I eat a lot of cereal, like Captain Crunch, and I kill it? I was like, yeah, but you can't say it any other time.
No.
You have to be eating the cereal at the time that you
should
say
I
it.
stand up? This looks weird, don't it? Or you sit down. Yeah, sit down.
I can sit down.
Okay.
So anyway, normally, well, by now, at the age of
First
35.
we gotta start the show.
Oh.
Hi.
Hey,
Welcome to Making Up with Friends.
this is Candace P.
It's Candace P.
and the T.
And the T.
And we're glad you guys made it again. Thank you.
Yes. We're here with our braids.
You know, Janet,
Janae.
and
that's it. Okay. So go
Okay.
back with your story.
So, it took me until I was 35. I feel like saying I was today years old. And I'm almost 37. To actually get or do braids, because I never had braids in my hair before. So I didn't know I was allergic to the synthetic hair.
I did.
And I put it in my head, and when I tell you, like, 24 hours, it felt like acid was eating into my scalp.
Yep.
And I have never felt that much pain. And it was like my head was on fire. And all I wanted to do was
worst. Yes.
It was the freaking worst.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, what the heck could that be? Well, the only thing it could be is the hair.
Exactly.
So
you just did braids?
Look, I actually did crochets.
Okay.
And, with the crochets, the hair actually isn't, like, right up on your scalp. Your hair is in cornrows, and then you just...
But it is touching when you loop it.
It is touching, but you would think that it wouldn't be as bad. Mm-hmm. But no, like, it was horrible. Mm-hmm. So, then, we were talking or whatever. So I was like, all right, well, let me do some research.
Right.
So I found two different types of hair that we could try. So one of them was like antibacterial, antifungal, anti-da-da-da-da. But it said that it was rare that you could find it in the store. So I'm like, crap, we ain't gonna find it. So then the other one was pre-soaked in vinegar. And it said it was like an anti-itch thing. And so remember we were reading the reviews about that. Mm-hmm. And the one that said
is that the one that I did the bang one here? Was that the one?
No, that was the human hair. You was like,
because that bang came out.
I want like 25 braids. That's all I want. Give me my. This is not why you're seeing it. Get your shit.
Let me see it again.
Wait.
Look like this.
I'm good. No, so yours is actually the one that I thought we couldn't find in store.
So this isn't the one that's soaked in vinegar.
That is the
hypoallergenic,
antibacterial, whatever. That one was like, but we watched a video on it, but they were saying that it was really hard to find in store. Well, that one was in store, so that's the one you have. Then I have the one that.
Well, in store, did they have different colors?
No, that's the only thing.
But see, I feel like this is the safest choice for our type of scalp issues because, of course, with color, you're gonna chemically treat this hair. Yeah. So it's just inevitable.
It's one less thing that we have to worry about our scalps being mad at.
Yeah, because I personally felt like I'm so happy that this is the change that I needed, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like, okay, I've been doing blonde for so many years and, the last blonde, I just was like, I need something different, and this gave me that option to do so. Because myself, I tried faux locks.
Right.
And I mean, my head was like on fire, like yours. Like, it just felt like chemicals. Like, it just felt like I was having a chemical reaction. And from me being a cosmetologist, I knew, like, I take so many shortcuts with myself that I'm like, I would never do that to my client, but I would do it on myself. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe my hair isn't used to it or whatever. Right. So I went to go get the itch spray. I sprayed my hair, like, constantly, like, every time it itched, like, because it was like not just one spot, like right here, this one spot right here, I'll show you. It's itchy.
Oh, that spot?
That spot right there.
Oh.
But everywhere on my head was itching. And I was miserable. But they look so freaking good. Like,
yeah, and that's the thing that gets you. Be like, oh my God, I sat through these couple hours and it looks so good. And I look like a new person. And you don't want to take it out.
Yeah. My takeout was, that was my second day. I got home and I still was miserable, and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to take these out. These are so cute. So I go get myself together for bed, wrap my hair up, lay down. About an hour or two go past. It's 1 o'clock at this time when I'm like, that's it. Like, I go in the bathroom, I'm like thinking of 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had to be to work. This is when I had to be in person.
Dang.
And I had to be up like at 6 because Graham was still in school and had to drop him off. Everything.
That's when you know it's serious.
Yeah, so I took it out. It probably took me like 30 minutes. Brandon was working overnight at the time, and I just told him, I was like, I can't deal with this. And he always thinks, he always thinks I overreact about things. And I'm like, I'm not overreacting. If I could live with this, I would live with it because I like it that much. But when I tell you, I pulled like that one strand, the first dread, I unraveled and pulled out. My hair was soaking wet.
Oh no.
Not only was my scalp wet, but my hair was soaking wet. So not only would I have had like whatever irritation that's on my scalp, it would have been infected. My whole scalp would have gotten infected
from the moisture.
Because of the moisture. And then mold grows into that. So I was like, I'm so glad that I listened to myself. And once I took all my hair out, I called Brandon and let him see me on FaceTime. And I was like, it looked like I washed my hair. That's how wet my hair was.
That's not good.
And I just could not believe it. So I'm like, I want to be like a normal woman and get their hair done.
We both became black.
We both got our black card.
Yeah, black cards.
Here's our black card. You see it.
Yeah, because you see all your friends, everybody rocking the braids on the summertime. They going swimming, they looking good.
Yeah.
And you looking like, dang, I gotta keep doing my hair.
I gotta throw this ponytail.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's like, how many times? Because of course I want to go swimming during the summertime.
Right.
Of course I want to go have a great time or whatever. And it's like, who wants to keep blow drying and air frying their hair? Like literally air frying. You flat iron it, you curl it, like all this stuff is literally frying your hair. Who wants to do that every single time?
Hey boys, we're recording. Oh, y'all wanna go in the basement? Graham and Caleb, y'all gotta be quiet.
Thank you. We both said thank you. Like they doing shit for us. We don't pay the bills.
Exactly.
So yeah, so you see, but it's like, dang, it really sucks because it's like everybody else has these protective hairstyles.
Yes. And like when I think about it, I think the perk of being a black woman is like wearing braids. That doesn't define us. Let's get it clear. But I think the perk wearing Afrocentric braids and being a part of your culture. Yes. And for me, so long, I mean, because I grew up with the last name Gonzalez. Like, my dad is Puerto Rican. Granted, if you want to go through the history of Puerto Ricans, then you would say, then yes, you do have some African descent. Which I do. It's undeniable. My mom is black, whatever. But I feel like in being considered biracial or mixed, people don't want to give me that card of being a black woman. But I'm like, that's all I know. I know, like, that's what I am.
But the thing is, if anything, you should be considered a black woman. Because back in the day, way back then, one drop,
you were black.
You were black.
You know, I still go by that. If you got one drop, you're black. It. But, you know, I've experienced different opinions from people who felt like they were legitimately more black than I am.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, you know, although I've never let it cause me any type of grief or I felt superior or inferior. I'm like, you're just an idiot if you don't think that I'm a black woman.
You're a minority.
Yeah.
Period.
But no matter what, like, I've had people get upset because they felt like I shouldn't say certain words because they didn't think that I was black enough.
You don't know nothing about me. My mama black.
So I'm like, my mama's black. I don't know what to tell you. She's black, and I'm gonna say what I want to say with who I want to say it. But just to identify, I mean, that's just a moment in my life that I feel like was significant to me. That although I act black or whatever, I feel like, okay, now I'm embracing more of the culture.
And you know, well, because see, you have natural hair.
Yeah.
You know, I had permed hair for a very long time. Matter of fact,
like, I don't even relate to that because I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't need a perm.
Yeah.
But I've only been natural. I'm saying only, for like 10 years. Right, but before my mother gave me Just For Me.
Just for
me. Stella, relax and free.
Hair so soft.
Yes. So before she started doing that, she would hot comb my hair. And according to my Uncle Tyrone, I would sit there and cry and scream the whole time because she was burning me.
Okay.
And she would be telling me, shut up and sit down.
See, I don't know that life.
Damn.
But that's why people feel like I'm not black. But or black enough because I don't identify with that because I never had to do it, never had to go through it.
Like I never felt like I was, not to say I wasn't accepted, but like I don't know. You can look at it however you want, but like, so going to Mercy High School, which is a private school, it's like probably predominant. Yeah, it's definitely predominantly Caucasian. And the thing that makes it worse is that, like, my class was only 98 people, and we were the largest class.
Wow.
At that time, so it was only 98 people that that graduated that year, and imagine how small of a population was the African American children, right? It was small, but I'm saying this to say that, like, just because it was only a little bit of us does not mean I fit in. I did not fit in. It was me and Colette, and we were the only two black ones that sat at the table with all the other whatever people, whatever. Yeah. But we were the others table, right? And it was like I never felt like I was black enough. I wasn't black enough to sit at their table. You know, I wasn't black enough to have a real black boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like, and then me being the only one in my Parkville neighborhood that went to this all-girl private school, all my friends, because I went to Parkville for my first year, all the people that I knew from elementary, middle, and my first year of high school, it was like I felt like I wasn't black enough for them.
Yeah.
You know, and taking it back to the braids, all the girls that I knew in the neighborhood had braids.
Yeah.
I got teased so badly for having long hair. Because when I went to Parkville, my 9th grade year, I got teased so bad for having long hair. Until Dominique came. I don't want to thank you, but I thank you.
Had long hair too.
My friend Dominique, her hair was longer than mine. And I was like, oh my gosh, she has longer hair. I didn't know if I was happy or jealous. But like, and we're still friends to this day. But still, like, I was getting teased. Yeah. And I didn't even do anything. I wasn't doing anything. Just because I had long hair, like what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? And just because I talk proper, like this is crazy. And I'm not faking and trying to be anybody else. Like this is just who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't know how to be anybody else. So
and that's what I feel like people can't identify with, like, because all my life, although like I say I identify as black, for a long period of time there weren't Hispanics in my school. We were the Hispanics because we had the last name Gonzalez. So they were like, oh, the Spanish people over there. Where they at?
Where they at?
You know, and I had a guy, a boy in high school. I just told Graham this, and he won't let this live. He won't let it die. He won't let it die, I should say. So I said, for some reason, we were talking about people being mean and things like that. And I said, well, yeah, mommy, you can say mommy got teased when I was younger in 5th grade because this boy, and I won't say his name. I want to see, I'm going to look him up on Facebook. I wish I remember his, no, I don't. I feel like, I don't even know your name. I guess I don't. But he would run around me and call me Speedy Gonzalez. So he would go, Speedy Gonzalez, Speedy Gonzalez, Speedy Gonzalez. I mean, in hindsight, he probably liked me because who didn't?
Yeah, that's right.
Let it soak in.
That's okay.
So anyway, 5th grade Candace was fine too.
Fine!
But
let's see a picture of that fine 5th grade girl.
I'm gonna send you it because you're gonna see. But anyway, so he would always run around me, Speedy Gonzalez, Speedy Gonzalez, and I'm like, the thing was like, I'm like, I don't even know Spanish, so why are you saying this? So it was more annoying than anyway, but I never felt teased, and I'm glad that I didn't because like looking back at it, I'm like, oh, that maybe was his intention, maybe he had a crush on me, maybe whatever, but like to call me out because I was different than you, I felt like it was unfair. And you know, and then there's a lot of comparisons like that people love to do. Like for me and my sister, I'm darker than my sister, and my sister is lighter. She has thicker hair. I had finer hair and curlier hair. So it was always, why your sister don't have this, or why you got this, or why, and it was like, I felt like because of the ignorance, they were trying to create division within me and my family because of the innocence of some of their questions. I'm going to assume that it was innocence, but at a certain period of time, it's like, no, maybe that's a little bit more harmful than what you really think. So it was always why you look like this and why they don't look like this, or you know, or maybe as I was getting older, the first thing when someone would introduce me to a man or a boy or a guy, it was, oh, she's Puerto Rican. And then I feel like more in the black culture, they, especially around that time, they would over-sexualize Spanish women as like, oh, she's freaky, or she like this, or I can get into her easy, or whatever, she's easy. And it was like, I'm like, well, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Like, if I introduce you to somebody, I'm not going to be like, unless they specifically ask me what's her race,
I'm not,
or if they're outside of the race, then I'm like, oh, she's African American, or I'll give, oh, she black, she this, she look like this, or whatever. But that wasn't, I didn't appreciate, because I heard the tone as if they were trying to make it seem like I was better than anybody else because of a nationality, because it's not a race.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a nationality.
It's a nationality, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, sometimes I think people get so hung up on the fact that, oh, you got good hair, that hair, whatever. And it's like, no, because in reality, I love seeing dark-skinned people. I just knew, some people don't like when I say this, but I just knew I was going to have a chocolate baby, and I was just going to raise this beautiful, dark-complected child, because I love dark skin. I think it's the most beautiful thing, like, that God could ever create, and brown skin. Like, I love all melanin. and other, I'm not going to just.
I want to touch on that.
Yeah.
When we get done.
Okay, but I just felt like I was over here admiring and like, oh, I wish I had darker skin. Like, I love this skin tone will not stay. This is the darkest that I will be.
No, because we've been tan.
Outside of the rest of the year.
Right.
Like, and I love when I get a tan and my skin illuminates and things like that.
Yeah,
like
it's like a golden.
Yeah, so I'm like darker skin. I'm like, oh, why couldn't I be dark skinned? That's how I felt when I was younger. And I don't know if it was because I wanted to fit in, but I do know that because I liked it. Yeah, it wasn't like I felt like I was better, right?
And you wanted what
But the misconception was they felt that before the preconceived notion was, oh, I think I'm better, but I didn't. I'm like, oh, your skin is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Like what is going on?
I wish I had your skin. I wish I had your, yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's like, so I say all that to say of my appreciation of my own culture, and then also being in this culture, and then also feeling like an outsider being in the culture because I don't check all the boxes that makes people comfortable.
Right.
But that's how black is beautiful. Black is all over. Black is so diverse. And like for me to have braids like this is just like,
no, I just feel like and
then you're just a different fine. Like this is a whole nother level.
It's like
of fine.
it was like I was fine, but now I'm like fine.
Yes.
Now I'm like, oh, you looking good.
I can't wait to do my makeup. It's too hot. That's what I'm saying. You gotta put the T, the goods. We looking good. Okay, so
girl,
get your braids.
Girl,
come back to life.
What?
So
Stephon called me Taquisha. And I'll be like, yes. Finally,
I must be Kanquisha.
Finally got a Quisha.
Quisha. I'm finally an Isha. And a Quisha.
A Quisha.
Okay. We doing something here.
We doing some girl.
It's Kanquisha P. And Taquisha.
Okay. Oh, girl.
Don't play.
Don't play.
You'll get beat up.
So when I was younger, even though I was the light skin, they always say like I was light skinned. I never felt like I was light skinned. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like light skin is like lighter than me.
Yeah, but light skin like bright.
Yeah, but they were always like, oh, you light skin, whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But you say that you always loved chocolate. I was always like interested in white guys. Like I was always interested. I'm like, like, because it's something different.
Okay,
it's something I didn't know. I was always interested in white guys, right? And it was like, because I think maybe because it was just like something different, something new, and I really don't know. But I always said in high school, I was like, oh, I'm going to have mixed babies and they're going to have curly hair. I was obsessed with hair at the time. I would be braiding my friend's hair all the time. So I was never attracted.
But did you think it was better to, like, did you think in your mind, like, oh, like, was it a reason because you felt like the hair was better? Or
no,
like,
I just liked the curl. Okay. Like, I liked the fact that their hair, but see, I didn't know I could have curly hair because my hair was relaxed. Right? Yeah. And I just thought it was getting bushy. I didn't know what my real texture was. So I really liked the fact that, like, these mixed babies had these beautiful like, because I was obsessed with hair. So it was like, oh, I have to have this mixed baby because it was all about this hair. You know what I mean? And I was never truly attracted to dark skinned men.
Okay.
I just never was.
It just wasn't your type.
It just wasn't my
because
type.
some people have a preference of dating light skinned black men,
like,
or black women.
My first real boyfriend, Chaz.
Shout out,
hey Chaz.
Was he a good boyfriend?
Honestly, he was so good to me. Chaz was so
Chaz.
good. When I tell you Chaz took care of me.
Did I know how I felt? Did he live around the corner?
He didn't live around the corner. He lived near Good Samaritan.
And did he drive like a red car or something like that?
No.
No.
Are you making these things up?
Who had? I'm thinking about somebody else.
He lived near.
Did he drive?
Well, he drove before me because we started dating when I was 15. And my cousin James had hooked us up.
I'm thinking about James.
Okay.
'Cause he's light skinned.
He's like, yeah, tall light skinned.
Okay.
So my cousin James had hooked us up because they both went to Mount St. Joe. I went to Mercy. So he was like, and we always had like different dances and stuff, socializing and stuff, all boys, all girls, whatever. So he was like, oh yeah, I want you to meet my friend. But when I tell you, Chaz really treated me so well.
Oh,
He was
so
such
sweet.
a great boyfriend, a great first boyfriend, and we were together until we throughout freshman year of college.
Okay.
So anyway, me and Chaz, everybody will always ask us if we were brother and sister. That's it. So I must have really loved myself. But that's how much we looked alike. Like our skin tone was exactly the same. Like, yeah, we looked similar back then, as teenagers, you know. And so, but I think he was like truly the only African American male that I really deeply loved. Like, I really deeply loved him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that was just it. Like, everybody, I was so into like Caucasian men. I wanted a white man. I wanted this hair. I wanted this, you know, this stuff, whatever. So I married a white man.
Mm-hmm.
My kids have beautiful curly hair. Unfortunately, I didn't keep saying I wanted girls.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you know. But I love the fact that I had boys because I'm totally a boy mom.
Yeah,
I did not need nobody girl.
I'm such a boy mom.
Boy mom all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So they have this beautiful curly hair and stuff like that. So I'm saying this to say, like, our taste can change throughout, you know, our, you know, us aging and stuff like that, because after my divorce, like,
but you never know what type of, I mean, unfortunately for me, in the United States, I feel like everything has been like so systematic, like that we haven't even really had a choice to really understand what we like. We just know what we feel like. Okay, lighter eyes, or even in the black community, like when my grandmother has different color eyes, she has gray, green, whatever eyes color she has, they change all the time. But, you know, even with that, like, we feel like, okay, lighter eyes make you feel better, like you're higher in society. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, like, who knows what type of programming that you you were raised on. Not saying it came from your parents, but just the standard, the standard beauty standard.
The stereotype.
So, who knows? But I just always knew, like, listen, I mean, I always felt like, and I don't know if this is the part of where I'm programmed, where I feel. Are we recording?
Yeah, because we ain't recording.
Snack.
Oh! You know what, y'all? We got some. Y'all about to knock on
Alright, we're almost done. We'll call y'all back in
We're
here.
gonna get you some pizza and stuff, okay? Now,
Did y'all decide to Oh.
He said, but not the gross one.
Oh my.
That was not to me. That was to Philip's Pizza.
Oh my god, but he kind of bumped
He did a little bit, right? Didn't he? You wanted to play that back. Oh, look at these kids.
So yeah, I don't know what type of programming it was for me as well. Like, all I knew was that, like, you know, maybe in some type of life, like I was like, who was it? Like the Black Panther. In the Black Panther, it's like, black is right, you know. Or me proving, like, or me trying to be a part of more of the culture in my eyes. But I just knew, like, I don't know. I didn't see marriage. I didn't see children. Like, I didn't think about those type of things. Like I said, like earlier we were talking about, even if, like, now I'm 35, if I didn't have a child or get married, I think I would be okay either way.
It was like that too.
Yeah.
Like, I had gotten to a point before I got married, I was like, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. And I'm okay with it.
And then I freaking propose to you, and then you're married.
With kids.
With children. Like, I didn't ask you for this.
Then you become Al Bundy. See how that did?
Oh my God.
But
And that don't matter what race, because a white boy did that to her, a black boy did that to me.
But now I'm dating a chocolate.
He's
and when
chocolate.
I say he's chocolate, the man is.
But why you gotta do all that? You said chocolate.
Chocolate.
He's chocolate.
Yes. So, but it's totally opposite. But you know, when we get older, like things change. Like for
Your
instance,
taste changes.
I didn't like mushrooms when I was younger. I thought they were disgusting. Now I can't live without them. I want them on everything. I'm
Love
sauteing mushrooms, I'm throwing them on salads and everything,
Mm-hmm.
grilling them, whatever. But the same, you know, your taste, they not change, they evolve.
Yes.
You know, they become more rich. Your taste buds, they're just like, they're maturing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you start to look for different things. You're like, yeah, maybe it's not something I would normally eat, but you know, I'm willing to try it.
Yeah.
It actually don't taste too bad.
Yeah.
You know, same thing with dating. Like, yeah, maybe, but see my normal shit, then fuck my life up.
Mm.
And I'm trying to get something new.
Yeah. So that's when you start exploring new options.
New options. And you stop looking at people like physically when you're dating, and you start to think about, okay, but what do I really need?
But that comes with maturity.
It does, and that's what I'm saying. Like your taste buds mature.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they mature, and I got some fine chocolates, girl.
She came up lucky with the chocolate. But like, yeah, I never saw you with like when I met, because I didn't meet the last one, but when I met, can I say his name?
Go ahead.
Stefan. I was like, where you come from? And I'm like, oh, okay. But, you know, now it's like, okay, you know, well, welcome to the dark side.
And now I totally get the saying, once you go black. Like, I never actually went black.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
You know, like, I never was, because like I said, Chance was black, but like, we're the same color,
Well,
like
that's
complexion,
still black.
you know? Yes, but it wasn't, I mean like I never went chocolate black.
Okay.
So now I'm like, they were saying something.
They were right.
I'm just saying.
But no,
Yes.
I mean, I just think like definitely I would say to people, challenge your challenge if you feel like you're still stuck with like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that in a person, or if you're looking at appearances, challenge where those thoughts are coming from.
Absolutely.
Ask thought-provoking questions to yourself. Now, is this really me, or is this what I was told to feel like? Because you got some people who will say, don't bring no white boy home, don't bring no white girl home, don't bring no black boy home. You got people that actually say this. It's real life. And you got to figure out, is this me or is this someone else?
Yeah.
You know, or like, even if it's you and you're not the status quo of what an African American woman or man looks like or acts like. Because even for my husband, he's told me stories about not fitting in with the black guys, you know, because he liked listening to rock, or he liked doing, you know, playing certain video games because he wasn't playing NBA 2K and football games. Even for me, I don't buy my child Jordans, or like, you know, like, now I have brought a pair, but that's not the only thing that I'm going to put on my child. And yes, some of those are stereotypes and, you know, talking about the black community, but those stereotypes are even upheld within the black community because that's how sometimes they, you know, people who are close-minded will categorize you because you don't visually fit in what they think you should look like as a mold.
Yeah,
exactly. So challenge those thoughts. Ask, is this really my thought? Is it really what I like? Is this really what, or am I told to do so?
Is this what I want? Is this what I need? You know, not what somebody else is telling me that I should follow.
Because we got braids.
We got braids, y'all.
And that's just that.
Let me tell y'all, Taquisha
And
Quisha. You know what we need to be? Bats.
We're going to do that the next episode. Maybe not the next episode.
But you know what we all
up.
want to do, though? I got to be Whitney.
We have to, yeah. I don't know who I'm going to be.
You got to be Barbara. You're going to be Barbara.
Okay, I'll be Barbara. Because I can wear my hair in a bob. We're going to do it. All right, y'all. This is us, Candace P.
And the T.
Make it up with friends. Bye.
Bye.